Hey everyone, and welcome to this video. So today is actually the initial video of a new series I'm trying to launch, and this one here, well, it's kind of custom, and by kind of I mean very custom. I have the owner with me, and this is a 1951 Ford F1. Now, honestly, I don't know the difference between the F1 and the F100. They look the same, but maybe it's chassis, but
It's just a year range thing.
okay, so year range thing makes them different. So this one here, it's obviously been lowered, but really where this one's special is under the hood. First we'll show you around the outside of it, then we'll show you all the custom fab work that he did. So as you guys can see, it is a Mad Top Customs. And where was that from?
Mad Jap is a bike shop out of,
Oh, Mad Jap.
I believe they're in Alberta.
Oh, okay. So how did you acquire this truck from here then?
There's a guy selling it in London, Ontario, as just basically a stock vehicle. I mean, it still had the flathead in it, still had all the factory straight axles and all that kind of crap. And it wasn't running, wasn't stopping, had no brakes. So basically bought it as a chassis, got it driving, and had some fun with the flathead, but that fun was kind of limited there.
Oh, there's only so much power on those.
Yeah, it wasn't going to go on the highway anytime soon.
And as you can see, obviously it's been modified. There is Wilwood brakes on it now, and the back brakes are disc as well. So this would have, I'm assuming, had four-wheel drum originally.
Yes, correct.
And well, it's four-wheel disc now because, well, what's under the hood kind of requires a little bit better braking than drums. Now it's not, I wouldn't say it's complete yet, but as you can see, this is a bit of the modification done. It has a fuel cell, battery relocate to back here because, well, what's under the hood took up the space for the battery, I think.
Yeah.
Very clean truck though, because it did come from out
Came
west.
from the land of no salt, yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
But it's perfectly patinaed. And like, did you do this or?
No, the truck was pinstriped already. Like, I haven't really touched the body so much since I got it.
Oh wow, so.
Put some things back together straighter because it had been a little bit hacked up. But I think that was just years of abuse.
Oh yeah, well, bike shop.
Yeah, and we made a bumper out of C-channel because we didn't like how the old factory bumpers stick out so much.
Oh, so it did have a factory.
It had nothing, but my option was to either put a factory bumper on or make something. So
That's probably cheaper, and
it was free. I had it laying around.
yeah.
And I don't think anything's going to go through that.
No, probably not. Now, obviously, there has been a little bit of this was a work truck at some point in its life.
Yeah, someone didn't like it.
Yeah, there's a little bit of gashing, and then that looks like they welded that, but never actually bondoed it or anything. But
Welded a little letter F in there.
yeah, but it does add to the patina very well on it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's little stupid little holes cut here because there was basically bike exhaust coming out, like the little like the dolphin tail.
Oh, okay. I was wondering, was that for a light or?
No, it had the pipe sticking out, kind of like an old bike.
Oh.
That would have been okay for the flathead, but I had to go bigger.
Yeah, the flathead definitely, well, not making as much power doesn't require to push as much through.
Right, yeah, they're just tiny little pipes.
And oddly, I always thought gas tank was on the other side on these.
Probably a couple years newer would have it on the other side.
Oh. So yeah, all the pinstriping I was talking about going down, it's that stuff looks pretty old, but the whole thing, it's like, do you know this is original paint, I take it? Or
probably. I wouldn't know.
it's still really neat though, like
yeah, I mean some areas is down to bare steel and rust, so.
Oh yeah, like this area here, I guess that's a really common area for salt to sit in, or
yeah.
water and moisture rather.
Very common for rot on these trucks right there. Yeah, and where every seam meets up, like this is rotted away and broken.
It's honestly, by no means. It's not bad though, because I see newer stuff
It's okay, yeah.
way worse.
I'm not gonna touch it. I'm gonna leave it.
It adds to the character of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But rear view mirrors are up high, and oh, if only that back window wasn't cracked. But
We're leaving it cracked.
yeah.
They're really cheap to fix. It's only a straight glass.
Oh, you just don't care. And
It just adds to it.
now this was on here when you got it too, I take it?
Yeah. Not the nicest install, but once again, like I said, I just left most of the body.
Well,
We
why?
straightened out some gaps, tightened some things up. But
Yeah, and this is by far one of the nicest front ends, I think. But I think it's time we show them like what's under here. But before that, actually, custom emblem. Whoever did that, it probably custom the bike shop.
I think so.
Yeah, it's for whatever reason,
Yeah, the devil thumbing his nose.
but it's got a different swap. As you can see, we've got 2 turbos, a massive radiator, and that is not an LS. That's the 5-liter Coyote V8 under the hood. And have you had this dynoed at all, or?
No, not yet. I mean, it's only been driving for maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Oh, okay. So then it's not. It's a work in progress still a bit, but
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be for a little while.
it's still a really neat endeavor to go into. And you're using the 6-speed Ford transmission?
Yeah, so it's an F-150 Coyote engine out of a 2013. So 2011, 2014 are all about the same.
And that's the first generation.
First gen Coyote, you got it. Precision 6262 turbos. I've got a tiny little hot side on there right now because I don't have any sort of cams or anything, and it's not really making power up top, so it doesn't really need the big housings.
Ah, okay.
So like 0.67 AR back housings on there.
That's neat how they did the firewall.
The firewall was done when I got it too. Yeah, they checkered it. And then the transmission in this would be the F-150 tranny, or the Mustang tranny as well. It's 6R80, so 6-speed automatic. The engines all run with the Holley Dominator system. The trannies run with it's called a Quick 6 as the controller. It's from a company called US Shift.
Oh, okay. So it's sort of like the adapter box. I forget the brand of it, but like the 4L80 to transfer into a 400 turbo 400 in the older trucks when people put the 4L80 in it.
Yeah, I assume it would be something
along the line of.
It's basically it's a computer controlled transmission. So without running the factory ECU, you don't really have a controller for it. You can put it in gear, but it's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
It'll drive forward, in 1 gear or 2 gears or something.
Yeah, I think you need more than that.
Yeah, and this is at least fully tunable, and it's got like built-in trans brake and a bunch of other junk.
Now, are these custom wheels, or are they just?
Yeah, I had to custom order them just, to get the offset I wanted, but they're Weld S77s. I think it's a 18 front and a 15 rear.
Oh wow, I thought they were different in the back, but just the dishing on the back is.
Yeah, super offset in the rear because it's got the axle that's in it is out of a '99 Ford Explorer. It's just
okay.
An 8.8.
Oh, okay.
So putting that in there, it's a little short for the actual width of the truck. But with that offset, that's like it's maybe the most I can go without tubbing it. I really didn't want to pack the truck up too much.
No, definitely not. It's gonna be a cruiser still, not a.
Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna get a bed floor.
Oh yeah, a wood floor again. I take it.
Wood floor for sure. Yeah,
and
the interior will just need to get a little clean up.
Oh, they did the door panels inside too.
Yeah, door panels, just a bike painting.
That's neat. This seat obviously has been probably redone at some point.
At some point in its life, yeah.
And
we
then
had to make some brackets just to raise it because it was sitting on the floor, not even bolted down.
Oh my,
Yeah.
That's safe.
Well, it's safe now.
Yeah. And then obviously he had to adapt a digital gauge cluster in it because
Yeah, I mean, there's some gauges that would fit in the factory holes, but because of using the Holley Dominator system, there's the availability of using the Holley Pro Dash. And the nice thing about that, when you turn this on, you can kind of make your own gauge layout. So,
okay.
I opted to take a picture of the dash with gauges and just upload.
Okay.
Kind of like a digital version of the gauge on top of it, and then that way I can go in here and I can add anything I wanna monitor. I could put in, you know, any of the available.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so you can add to it. You can take away if you want a bare cluster, and then you get a bunch of, you know, just presets. So, pictures of the truck.
So it's almost like an Android kind of.
It's its own computer, setup. Yeah, for sure. It's like a little tablet. I could have done it with a tablet too, I'm sure, but this has its own inputs. It's got its own GPS and stuff, and it saved a lot of screwing around. We'll put it that way.
Oh yeah.
Just made a little case so it didn't look so plasticky in the metal interior.
Yeah, that's.
I'm gonna have to find a way to blend that in a little better.
Maybe if you can find that paint match, and then.
Yeah.
That might do it.
Oxidize it or paint match it for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm sure they want to hear how this twin turbo sounds.
Oh, it'll start.
Now it is kind of loud.
Need to put exhaust on still.
Yeah, well, all in time, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So it's just coming out around here right now, but
yeah, right now pretty much with the headers. Take a peek up here. You can probably see it.
oh yeah. Yeah, open there. Yeah, it's a pretty sweet truck though. How many hours would it did it take you to make the conversion?
I wish I counted. I mean, it wasn't rushed. I've only had the truck for 2 years, so I took my time, but I also kind of kept at it. I wanted her done. I didn't want it sitting around forever.
Yeah.
Could have got it done quicker, but there's a lot of things that I had to do twice.
Yeah, like the engine.
Had to do twice, yeah.
Now, what did you say happened to the original one that you?
The original engine I was playing around in. How do you say, blew it up? Playing around with timing and idling, and I set up a secondary tune that I switched over to just to kind of monitor the idle. And I wasn't sure if I was having a vacuum leak or if I was having something in the drive-by-wire that was causing it to start running funny. So I went back to scratch, messed up on the timing table. I didn't even really look at it. So the whole thing was maxed at like 37 degrees of timing. And when we hit boost, it cracked every ring land on one side.
Oh.
So I got that engine in the house. Now it's gonna get rebuilt. Luckily, like, still ran. We saved it. We didn't try to keep eating on it. We kind of knew what happened, but it was eating some oil after that.
Well, it makes for a nice project to build for more power later.
Yeah, it gave me an excuse and cost me some money. Whatever.
You can make more of that stuff.
I guess so.
Anyway, so yeah, guys, that's a completely custom build. Aside from body, of course, because why hurt this actually really nicely patinaed body? But yeah, so I guess that's really all I got to show you for it. And maybe once it's complete, I'll show you some updated pictures of the floor, and yeah, maybe
we'll have some severe modifications coming in the next year or so. So
yeah,
we'll do an update video for sure.
Like you said, it's a work in progress still.
Always.
So for now, it's probably making like 400 horse with the turbos.
Maybe.
Yeah, somewhere around. Because if they make 350 or so
Yeah, I'd be surprised if it was making much more than a stock F-150.
Yeah, well, it's not tuned for it yet, so.
No, it's just, yeah, we're babying the tune now after the last mishap too.
But yeah, so that's all for now, but well, maybe we'll see this when it has more done to it then.
Yeah, come film it on the dyno and get that happening.
Yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button as well as subscribe for more. Have a great day, everyone.